Have you ever looked at this guy and thought, what do you taste like? Well, if you have, click on another video. We're smelling today. You must be thinking, hey, guy in my screen, how do you smell something that doesn't exist? And that's a great question. I've spent over 45 minutes strengthening my nose to transcend the barrier between flesh and game. And what have I learned? Some of these people in the lands between smell good as hell. I've compiled a list of the 15 best smelling NPCs in all of Elden Ring. My name is Blake, and let's go invade some people's personal space. Number 15, Gold Mask. Now you might be wondering what classifies as an NPC, and that's simple. I googled Elden Ring NPCs and I read from the list, so if it's on there, it's fair game. That being said, an absolute sleeper pick has got to be Gold Mask. Have you ever read that story of the guy that didn't shower or basically clean himself at all for a month? And in doing so, his body sort of stopped smelling like anything? Yeah, that was Gold Mask. Considering this is a world where the very existence of bathrooms is questioned, everybody's smelling like some degree of sweat and spunk. But if you're a guy who just stands around completely still and naked all day, you're not really gonna smell like anything. He's not doing anything to warrant a smell. Gold Mask smells like nothing, which honestly goes a long way in the lands between. Number 14, Miriel. You know what else smells like basically nothing in our real human world? Tortoises. So naturally, Miriel smells very similar to Gold Mask. However, if you put your nose right up to a tortoise, it can smell very, very faintly of earth? Okay? I'm usually not hanging out with tortoises very much, but when I do, it's usually the lack of mobility that bothers me and not the smell, or lack thereof. Number 13. Melina. I'm very thankful there haven't been a lot of women on this list, as going up to a woman and giving her a big ol' sniff makes both me and her feel uncomfortable. Which is why smelling Melina is perfectly fine, because she comes up to me. I can't really say it's one of the best smells in the world. It's kind of like if someone sprayed one squirt of perfume next door. That being said, I think it'd be awful if you were just resting at a site of grace and all of a sudden fucking Smellina appears smelling like burnt toast and cigarettes. I feel like my character would react more to getting stink jump scared, so she must smell at least somewhat passable. Number 12, Kenneth Height. If you're gonna claim to be royalty, my only assumption is that you've gotta smell good. I don't care what your morals and your ethics and your policies are. If you smell like Dookie, I'm not voting for you. Ain't no way I'm being ruled over by someone who smells like ass. While Kenneth Height does claim to be royalty, there's one thing he's missing, and that's the smell factor. To put it plainly, bro's poor, so he's gotta resort to using the cheapest cologne possible in an attempt to restore order. I'm sure when he gets a little extra runes, he would probably climb up on this list, but as for his current state, that Old Spice body spray is not doing him any favors. Number 11, Blackguard Big Boggart. I bet you the last person you expected to see on this list was Blackballs Boggart. Blackguard Big Boggart? Jeez, that's a fucking name. Usually, when someone's go-to phrase is a mashup of body parts and the name of their god,
Marika's tits,
you wouldn't expect them to have a pleasant aroma, but Jesus's dick, you'd be wrong. In Blackguard Big Boggart's case, I'm just gonna call him the Crabman, that's easier. In the Crabman's case, it's more of a coincidence that he smells so good. The fact is, he's one of the only people in the world to be actively around food every waking moment of the day. So you know the Crabman smells good. Our favorite prawn star definitely smells like the inside of a Red Lobster, but with all of the crab that I bought from him, he definitely has more money than they do right now. Number 10. Bach. Of all the demi-humans in the lands between, there's only one who's dripped out enough to make himself a hat. Since Bach holds himself so much higher than all of the other demi-humans, I already know that he has an all-natural body deodorant that he uses after taking a bath in the ocean. Bro smells like pine and seawater and nature and could easily attract any mate he wanted. If, of course, their other senses such as vision and hearing were dulled enough. But damn, does that boy smell good. Number 9. Raya. You know who else has a traditionally good scent? Babies. So naturally a snake baby's gonna smell pretty good, right? Raya isn't actually a baby per se, but if I found her incubator nearby and that shit is still wet and warm, it's close enough. Especially in her serpent form too, like I'm telling you, there's gotta be some good aromas at work. Melding together with the scents of all the candles in the Volcano Manor, that shit's not just for decoration. The science is there, folks. Babies smell good, and so does Raya. Number 8. Selin. At first when I was smelling Selin, she was in consideration for the worst tier list, seeing as she's basically just hiding in a musty underground dungeon 24/7. But then something happened to her that made me realize she's got the good stink after all. And now more than ever, she's ahead of the competition. Oink oink. I don't know why I oinked, just go with it. These other graven masses have been known to give off a mysterious, strange mist that after some serious scientific research, I've discovered smells like blueberries. Selin doesn't give off much mist, but when I stick my nose into one of those mouth holes, I can give it a big ol' whiff and smell all of the inside. Okay, that disgusted me too. Let's just move on. Number 7, Ronnie. But Blake, she's a doll. Dolls can't give off smells. You're wrong! Even though Ronnie is a doll, she still has that unmistakable air of cool around her, which has caused her to have a permanent peppermint aura. You no longer have to worry about having a wife with bad breath, because she just smells like toothpaste and gum all the time. That and the fact that she doesn't have breath. I don't know what she smelled like when she was alive, but I found her body, so we might as well give it a big ol' whiff. No, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one, go to the next one. Go back to the mint, give me the mint. Number 6, Patches. Yeah, Patches smells fucking great. Is he untrustworthy? Yes. Is he a prick? Absolutely. But if there's one thing you cannot say about Patches, is that he smells bad. He has a long history of luring his foes into traps by letting their guard down, and one of the ways he does that is by smelling like your dad. For some of you, that might make you put your guard up more, but don't worry, he can smell like your mom too. In fact, I'm positive that Patches has enough sense that he can smell like anyone you've ever known or loved. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but the smells are nice and that's what matters. Number 5, EG. Yeah, EG's got that shit on. In a very similar vein to Bach, EG is just so ahead of his other troll family that not only does he speak an entire full language that's not, but he also makes sure he smells good too. Since he's so close to the royal family, he's also got access to a lot more resources than Bach. So rather than just smelling like nature, he's got access to artificial scents that were created in a lab, like tree punch or shark sword or something. Catch me going to the store to buy some EG spice and head and Selins. I just thought of something. Do you think the dung eater eats shampoo, or is that too clean for him? Just because, like, you know, the dung is like poo, like shampoo, like sham dung. This bit has gone on for too long. Number 4, Tanith. It's one thing being close to royalty, it's another thing being royalty. Tanith also has the privilege of getting to sit in a mansion all day surrounded by candles and a hulking bodyguard, so I have no doubt in my mind that she smells good. The Volcano Manor has to hide all of their heinous war crimes they're committing via a fake wall, but I'm sure the candles really help to mask the scent as well. See what I did there? Tanith, smell, mask. Because she wears the mask, it's a video about smells. Yeah, I do a comedy every once in a while. Number 3, Fia. While for everyone else on this list, smelling nice has been a pleasant added bonus, for Fia, that shit is mandatory. It's like showing up to work in a fast food kitchen with closed-toed, non-slip shoes. That shit is a must. And for Fia, her musk has to be enjoyable and something you can sit next to for a long time, what with her being a deathbed companion and all. The last thing you want in life is to be laying there in your final moments and have some woman who smells like clam chowder and death just plop down next to you. Granted, it would probably get me to die quicker, but I don't think that's why the job exists. Do you think you can sort out which deathbed companion you want based on their smell?
And would you like to lay with Strawberry Susie or Vanilla Cream Caroline?
Do you have the shark sword guy?
Oh, very good, sir.
Number 2, Diallos. Diallos is one of those guys that you can make fun of from a distance, but you know that the moment you get close to him, you're gonna crumble. He's one of those people who just walks past you and makes you feel ashamed of yourself because he just smells so good. Diallos has so much money and artificial swag that he's wearing colognes and perfumes that haven't even been released to the public yet. He's pulling up with smells your nose didn't even know existed. He doesn't even have to pull out his wallet to make you feel bad. If you're standing within a few meters of his wrist, your pathetic nose is getting some of the most legendary whiffs it has ever had the privilege of smelling. He still can't fight for shit, but damn does that boy smell good. And number 1, Saint Trina. Listen, while Diallos is undoubtedly the man that smells the best, he's outclassed in every regard here. Saint Trina smells so good that it can literally put people to sleep forever. Sure, while most of her power comes from people eating or hearing it, you're not gonna convince me that this place doesn't smell fucking fantastic. The purple flowers everywhere, the fact that she is, or has some aspects of flowers with her. Oh, I'm getting sleepy just talking about it. Imagine smelling a smell that smells so good that when you smell it, you instantly fall asleep and die. This shit must be addicting too. Look what it did to Tialier. Even though one might argue that it's in bad sport to put someone at the top of the list who basically just smells like chloroform, it's at least a good type of chloroform, so take that. And that's it for the nicest smelling NPCs in Elden Ring. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what NPC you'd like to smell down below. Pretty soon I'll be releasing a worst NPC smell list as well as something a little bit different, so make sure to be on the lookout for those. It's been great getting back to making videos and I'm excited to see where the channel goes this year. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to smell some good old smells for me. Don't smell anything bad, because, save that for the next one. Okay, I love you, bye. I'm out of breath now.